Good day, folks. It's Two Sheds Gabby. It's Two Sheds Gabby time. Anyway, it is time for me to get into another box of nickels. I got several little things I'm going to talk about today, and one of them is pertaining to the title that you saw. But let's not delay. I got a box of pennies here, and we're hoping to find what I like to find is 10 wheat pennies and 3 pounds of copper. And anything else along the way that is just fun, like foreign coins, and I'll take slugs. I don't care. Anything just to break it up and make it more fun. So without delay, let's get started. In the very first row, the fourth penny, I've come to wheat penny number one. That's a really good start. It is a 1955 Philadelphia. And I'm not real used to all this stuff, but I think that there is a pretty sought after error there or variety of a double die, something like that. So I am going to use my little 50X right there. You turn the light on. I don't know if I can do this successfully or not. But you get down in there and you look at that guy for some doubling. And if I see any hint of it, then I'll take it over here to my Tom Love. But I don't. It just looks as normal as it can be. So I'll assume that that's not one. But we'll check a few things out as they come along. The cool thing for me is that's wheat penny number one. All right. So the other day, I made a little video about the gold, and I told, a couple of people called me names, but that's all right. I admitted that I wasted money on a gold pay dirt. I didn't do my research first, but I found a little bit, and so somebody wrote to me and said, "Well, did you weigh it to see what you got?" So I did. Let me pull it out here. Right there. And I weighed it, and it is 1/2 a pennyweight. And if it's 24 karat, which I'm sure it's not completely 24 karat, but 24 karat of 1/2 of a pennyweight is worth, well, this morning, I guess it's accurate, was $2.10. And that's what I've got there. All right, back to the action. Does that say 80 or 89? That's 89. Haven't done where's my jar? There it is. Haven't done a box of pennies for a little while. Been doing dimes and half dollars. And then I usually, after I do a box of nickels, then it's pennies. But this time I did 2 boxes of nickels. Mainly because it was just a convenience thing. I've got a box of 2023p pennies. I listed them on eBay. They have not sold yet. Several people's like, go through them and look for the V. And I got a box last year, and I went through lots of them, not all of them, looking for the V, and I didn't find a thing. But I've changed the listing today. I was selling the whole box, so now I'm just selling like 10 rolls at a time. If I don't get any hits on that in the next couple of days, then I guess I'll pull out some rolls and start going through looking for the V. Because actually, well, I've still got one jar. I need to make a whole bunch of my Two Sheds Gabby pennies anyway. But I do have one more little jar left of those to do that with. Well, the first row got us a wheat penny and a handful of little copper pennies. Fourth row now, wheat penny number 2, 1942. That's a nice one. I think what I'll do sometimes when I come to an 83 that I'm just not sure of, I'll just throw it in the 82 jar. Because if it comes up zinc, I'll just throw it into the zinc pile anyway. I am keeping the 2024 Ds that I come across because I've still got a jar full of the Ps, and so I'll match them up and make a couple more rolls. But that's about the last set I have listed has not sold, and I think I have just come to another wheat penny. 1953D, cool beans. That's number 3 already. Keep them coming. A person told me just the other day, that 82, they got a box of 2023s and went through it and found 2 extra V's in it. I'm like, well, there you go. Those are the last 2. When I thought I might find one, I just don't have confidence in me finding one. I'd love to. 8th row, and here is wheat penny number 4. Boy, I hope they keep coming like this. That's cool. 1952 Denver. Is that Denver or is that San Francisco? That's San Francisco. How about them apples? Cool beans. 52S. Neat. There's 4. So, the last box of pennies that I went through. Wait a minute, what do we got here? Well, that's a pretty unscratched up. His face looks like it's not detailed, the beard, you know, but man, there's hardly a scratch on the coin. And the 8 does not look nearly as strong as the 196. It's, wow, it's only like it got half struck or something. I don't know. Huh. $68D. Well, that's interesting. I'm going to just stick that aside and think about that. Oh, anyway, I think it was the last penny box that I did. Several of you guys wrote to me, and I appreciate it. I really do. And said, hey, you put a 1984 in with your copper. And I'm like, okay. And so yesterday, yeah, I think it was yesterday, I went through a bag of dimes. I got my Rydell machine out and went through dimes. And afterwards, I went through that box of pennies and wasn't any time at all till, boom, there it was, that 1984. So thank you very much for telling me that I've got that 84 out of there now. Cool beans. Only took me a minute to get it done. I'm glad my machine's working again. My son, I sent some stuff with him that I'm hoping he's had a chance to look at it, but he probably hasn't. He's pretty busy. Oh, look at that. Another Wheatie. 1946. Couple of dings in that guy. Oh, he's got a little garden growing on the back. 1946 Philadelphia. Wheatie number 5. That's pretty neat. My fingers aren't gripping the pennies good today. I'm just sliding off. Wouldn't it be neat if one day I held that penny up there and there was 4 little marks instead of 3? And I'll weigh that in a second. Come on, copper. Copper hasn't been great yet, but the wheat pennies have sure been good. After 10 rolls, I will take them and stack up the wrappers and then roll them up like this and fold it in half so they don't come unrolled. And then I stick them over there, and that helps me keep track of where I'm at. But when I'm done with the box, then I'll just throw them in this bag here because it's fire season time. And I'll grab 2 or 3 of these guys when we're going to make a fire and unwrap them, you know, and just put them in the bottom of the tray. And that's how I start my fires. Pretty handy. I stopped at this 83p, and of course it's zinc. And I thought I'd take a look, you know, because they say that they have some double dyes in there, but not this one. 15 rolls in, and I come across this 60D. I checked it for, you know, the small date over large date. There's nothing like that. But it's another one that has hardly a scratch in it, but the beard isn't real defined. And I guess that's just common maybe for them. Super nice condition, but it just doesn't look well defined in the facial area. Oh well. When I went through the dimes, this got stuck in there and I had to pull it. I heard the motor dragging, so I took it apart and I found this guy here. And it's cheap as it can be. But I said, I think it's the shroud of Jesus, or at least the shroud, which they say is Jesus. And somebody wrote to me and said, I thought it was Bob Marley. I don't think it's Bob Marley. I couldn't read the front very well because it's kind of messed up, but on the back I could read that, and it's main nobiscum domine AMDC, and it's like the Lord be with us or something like that in Latin. So it's definitely a shroud thing and not a Bob Marley thing. Anyway, we cleared that one up. I did have one roll that gave me 16 coppers, so that helps the rolls that only have 3 or 4. Did any of the D's have the extra V? I don't know. I don't see the D's very often anyway. Not nearly as often as the P. Oh, Meatloaf just entered the room along with my wife. Thank you, dear. The last of the meatloaf. Oh, a Wheatie right at the end of the row here. Cool, 1953 Philly, and that makes 6 of those guys. Right at the end of the 16th row, I found a pretty decent looking 2009 memorial coin. And I dropped it. Pathetic. 1909 Philly. That's the second one I found, but that one's nicer than the other one that I found. Do you guys like string cheese? Me and my wife love it. And I see people open these every now and then just start taking bites out of it, and they don't even string it. It's like, that's the fun of eating string cheese, is stringing it. Otherwise, why don't you just get a block of mozzarella and eat it? Or whatever. All right, the 21st row. There is Wheatie, number 7, 1940, Philadelphia. Nice. Number 7. Hopefully it'll keep up, and if this keeps up, I'll easily get my 10. I had a roll just a minute ago that only had 2 coppers in it, so I'm going to need several rolls with 16 to combat that. So I'm sure a few of you are saying, okay, what's this thing on the title? Copper Hoarders, you are rich. I have to apologize right up front and tell you it's a play on words. It's something I've been seeing going around, and I've just got it, I guess, frustrating or got a kick out of it, however you want to put it. But I saw a video a couple days ago that said, if you're holding silver, you're already rich. And then I saw others in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. If you hold Bitcoin, you're already rich. Or if you hold XRP, you're already rich. And it reminded me back in the days of multi-level marketing, back in the Amway days. They'd say, fake it till you make it, which meant just tell yourself you're already super successful in this and just think that way and act that way until you become that way. And so now it's like, hey, well, I've got some Bitcoin. I'm rich. It's like, well, you may have something that's going to become something else in the future. You know, like I've got silver. I've been stacking silver for, oh goodness, 12 years, something like that. And I don't have a ton because 95%, I'll weigh that in a minute, 95% of the silver that I have, I got at face value, you know, half dollars and dimes and quarters and nickels. And a few foreign here and there. And I've got a few rounds and bars that I've purchased. And, you know, it's nice sitting there for a rainy day, if that happens. Yeah, I don't think I'm rich. But they're like, silver is going to 200x. And so if you're holding silver, you're already rich. Bitcoin is going to be $10,000. So if you're holding Bitcoin, you're already rich. And so, you know, it's nice to think that it may really jump in price, any of those someday. But you can't buy a house with it, you know, if it's only worth $10,000. I don't know of any bank that'll give you a house for $10,000 worth of Bitcoin or silver or copper, because copper could jump up and go crazy someday. If the copper mines run out and we still need lots of copper, then your copper could be worth exponentially higher than it is now. So therefore, if you're a copper hoarder, you're already rich. And so you need to pat yourself on the back and tell your friends. Say, I'm rich. Don't ask me to borrow any money, or I'll give you a roll of copper pennies. I'm in the second half of the box now, and this is the second row in the second half. And we have wheat pennies, is that 8 or 9? 8, number 8. It's kind of pitted or gritty looking, but it is wheat penny number 8. Oh, what is that? That's a 1909. Golly. Let's go back to the other side. Well, I don't see a VDB. Wow, but we got us a 19. That's an old one, folks. Oh man, that's really neat. 1909. That is an old penny. That's very cool. You can just still see the Liberty over there just a little bit. In God we trust. Yes, we do. 1909. That's really neat. I don't find those every day, that's for sure. Oh, I want to show you something. This is a little segment of a video that I put up back in January toward the end of the video. And if you notice there, I'm taking these pennies and putting a TG on them. And there's a little, I'm using a little wooden cutting board. It's kind of small. But sometime after this video, and I didn't want to go search all the videos to find it, I mentioned somewhere in there that my little cutting board broke in half. I don't remember if I even showed it, but I know I at least said that it broke in half. And one of you guys, a subscriber, wrote to me and said, hey, if you'll send that to me, I'll fix it for you. And I'm like, no way. That is totally cool. And we've got that package today. Here is the package in front of me here. I've got it on the obverse side, so as not to reveal any names or addresses. And I'm going to open this guy up, and we're going to see what we've got. I'm excited. This is really cool. I have no idea at all what to expect, but I'm excited. I won't read all of that just yet. And a cloth with a rubber band around it. Come on. Oh, wow. Look at that. This was broken in half. I think maybe he's added these pieces. I don't remember the dark. I'll have to go back and look. That is totally cool. How about that, guys? Thank you so much. Man, that is really, really neat. I'll have to show this to my wife here in just a bit. She's making deviled eggs for a potluck tonight. Thank you, man. I appreciate this so much. It's really neat. Here at the end of the video, we'll make a couple of TG pennies. This is what he sent me with it, folks. Is that totally cool? That is just amazing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I'll definitely send you out several of these TG pennies. Well, here we go. Here we go, folks. The Beatles Revolution number 9. Number 9. Number 9. Wheat penny number 9 is a 1957D. Number 9. And this is the third row in the second half of the box of this pennies. Got a bunch of 82s stacking over here in this jar to go through when we're done. Well, hopefully here in a couple more rolls, we'll hit the number 10, and then I can be satisfied with that, and then hope for the 3 pound. There's not been a Canadian yet. Last week, I guess it was, I was starting to find quite a few Canadian pennies again, and here they've stopped. I guess there was probably a big to-do downtown Louisville that lots of Canadians came to, and I got the pennies that week for that, and now they're gone. I'll look at that 83 here in a minute, see if it's got any double dying going on. He died a double death. Oh, did you guys hear this? Can't think of her name right offhand. I just saw the Epstein lady that was really came out and was real strong talking about the abuse. And even the prince so-and-so was involved. And who the prince said he had never met her, but they got a picture of him with his arm around her. And he paid millions of dollars to end that settlement. And she moved to Australia, back to Australia or something. But she had been in Australia for a while. And not too long ago, she had a car accident. And some news was made about that. But guess what? You remember what happened to Jeffrey Epstein? Well, it happened to her. What do they call it? Clintonized? She's been Clintonized. Got any Canadian pennies? Go fish. Fish, fish. I got what I wish. 1963, Canadian. Got what I wish. How about that? That's pretty funny. Okay. Oh, I haven't gotten a 1909 SVDB in a while. Think that'll work. Haven't gotten a gold coin in a while. You asked for it. You got it. Ooh, I think I'll weigh this, but then it'll go into my zinc jar for melting. I don't think it's copper, but I'll weigh it first to make sure. Copper. I've been looking at some of these 83s for the double die. Honestly, I've looked at pictures of some of the double dies. I wouldn't even know it if I saw it because I'm looking at their blow up pictures like I don't even know what you're showing me. Some of them's obvious, but some of them I don't see it. In the 11th row, in the second half, right here near the end of the row, we get our second Canadian copper penny. 1962. Pretty cool. The year they built my house. There's two. I haven't seen a Wheatie in a minute or two, have we? We're still looking for number 10. After this row, there's only 10 rows left in the box. Here's our copper penny number 3. This is the later dates, not earlier, the 12-sided 1984. Still looking for wheat penny number 10. Man, I'd be pretty disappointed if we didn't get that after getting the 9 so quickly. I moved back here to town here, like I think it's been almost 4 years now. My wife and I both grew up here in Louisville, and we were gone over 25 years. Well, I'm at the end of this row. Let me pick that up in the next segment. Let me wipe the sweat off my forehead. There's 4 rows to go, and we finally got number 10. Phew. I was beginning to wonder if we was going to make it. I think that says 48D. Number 10. We got it. Oh, man. I believe I was talking about moving back here. We'd been gone for over 25 years, and the last town that we lived in for like 7 years or so was a town of 1,000 people. And we got real used to no traffic. We drove places sometimes and went out of town sometimes, but we got real used to the day-to-day no traffic. And so now we moved back into a town, a metropolitan area of 1 million, and I don't like traffic. We try Monday through Friday, if we go out, we try to be back by 2:30 in the afternoon, wherever we go, to avoid getting caught up in the traffic. We went to a funeral the other day, and so really getting caught up in it bad. It's over in the wrong part of town where it's really bad. It's like, oh, this is miserable. I can't imagine people that have to work in this and have to deal with it every single day. I would just pull my hair out. Well, the way I do it these days, I line some of these up. These are all 2023s. I don't even remember if I've checked them or not, but I don't care. I line up the T on each one, and I hit each one 3 times. I don't know if I can do it with the camera here or not. No, I better not. It's not as solid as I'd like for it to be. Then I come back with the G. Well, folks, this is the last roll. I sure thought I was going to get more than 10 wheat pennies the way that started, but at least we got the 10, so that I am grateful for. And I did get a 1909, which is pretty cool. I'll look at that in a minute. It was an 82. Maybe we'll get lucky and here in the last roll we'll get number 11. Copper. Got a handful of the 24Ds to see, try to get another roll of them done. I don't think I have anywhere close to another roll yet. I'll weigh that one too in a minute. I got a lot of 82s to weigh. Well, it looks like it's just going to be the 10 Wheaties. I got a couple of Canadian copper. They're in the second half, I believe it was. $82. All right, folks, I've got those 82s all weighed and separated out. Here is my today's copper. I'm sure it's probably somewhere between 2 and 3 pounds. Yeah, I didn't think we had 3 pounds today. Just 10 pounds and like 8 or 9 ounces, something like that. A little low, and we did get our 10 wheat pennies, which is cool. I got one more penny from my old book, which is good. Anyway, I've got copper, guys. I must be rich. Here goes what do we got? That's like the third one today. We'll see you, folks. Thanks for watching.